Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into the fascinating history of one of the most iconic airlines in aviation history, Pan American World Airways, commonly known as Pan Am. Once a symbol of luxury and innovation, Pan Am revolutionized air travel and became the largest international airline for decades before its eventual decline. Let's explore the rich history of this legendary airline. Formation and early days. Pan American Airways was founded on March 14, 1927. Initially, it started as a small operation offering mail services between Key West, Florida, and Havana, Cuba. This was during a time when the U.S. government needed an airline to compete with the German-controlled SCATA in Latin America. With its humble beginnings, Pan Am quickly expanded, primarily under the leadership of entrepreneur Juan Trippe. By the late 1920s and early 1930s, Pan Am began acquiring routes throughout Latin America, partnering with several airlines and winning contracts that would solidify its position as a key player in the aviation industry. The Clipper era. One of the most significant developments for Pan Am came in the 1930s with the introduction of its famous flying boats, known as Clippers. These aircraft allowed Pan Am to establish routes across the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans, making long-distance international travel a reality for passengers. The Clipper era symbolized the height of Pan Am's innovation, as it opened new routes to Latin America, Asia, and Europe. By 1935, Pan Am launched its historic China Clipper service, offering flights between San Francisco and Manila, cutting weeks off traditional travel times. Post-war expansion and the jet age. Following World War II, Pan Am entered the jet age with the purchase of Boeing 707 aircraft, becoming the first airline to offer transatlantic jet services. In 1958, Pan Am operated its first commercial jet flight from New York to Paris, ushering in a new era of fast and comfortable international air travel. Pan Am became synonymous with luxury in the skies. Its sleek jets, professional crews, and world-class service were seen as the epitome of modern travel. During the 1960s, Pan Am's iconic blue globe logo and the Clipper names for its planes became internationally recognized symbols. Peak and cultural influence. By the 1960s, Pan Am was not only the largest U.S. international air carrier, but also held a near monopoly on many long-haul routes. The airline expanded its fleet with Boeing 747 jumbo jets, which further solidified its place in aviation history. These aircraft allowed Pan Am to carry more passengers over longer distances, making air travel more accessible to the public. Pan Am became an unofficial flag carrier of the United States, known for its glamorous image and top-tier service. The airline played a prominent role in pop culture, representing the golden age of air travel. It even made appearances in movies, TV shows, and advertisements, becoming a cultural icon. Challenges and decline. However, by the 1970s, challenges began to mount for Pan Am. The 1973 oil crisis dramatically increased fuel costs, which cut into the airline's profitability. Additionally, new competitors emerged after the deregulation of the airline industry in 1978, which allowed other U.S. carriers to compete on international routes. In the 1980s, Pan Am made several attempts to stay afloat, including selling off key assets, such as the famous Pan Am building in New York. However, financial troubles persisted, and the airline struggled to maintain its routes and customer base. Its acquisition of National Airlines in 1980 was intended to give it a domestic network, but it only exacerbated Pan Am's financial woes. End of an era. The final blow came in 1991. After years of financial losses, Pan Am declared bankruptcy and ceased operations on December 4, 1991, after 64 years of service. Its assets were sold off, with Delta Airlines purchasing many of its remaining routes. Although Pan Am no longer flies, its legacy remains. The airline's contributions to international travel, from pioneering transoceanic routes to introducing innovations like the jumbo jet, left an indelible mark on aviation. Its cultural influence still resonates, and Pan Am remains a symbol of the glamorous golden age of air travel. That was the story of Pan American World Airways, a company that revolutionized the aviation industry and brought international travel to the masses. From the Clipper era to the jet age, Pan Am's impact on air travel continues to be remembered fondly by aviation enthusiasts and travelers alike. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more stories from aviation history. Thanks for watching.